What's up, Richard? Timmons here. Well, it looks like Sony is going to be having an interesting year for 2026. Here are the films set to be released in 2026 from Sony, whether it's like Screen Gems, Sony Classics, etc., Columbia, and all. The first film Sony has out this year is 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Of course, the second installment of the 28 Years Later franchise. I'm definitely intrigued to see this one. The first film was pretty decent. The second looks pretty intriguing, so I'm having some hopes for this one. All right. Next one now we have Clicker, which is actually being released on June 23rd. Sadly, this is the last movie featuring actor Peter Green, who you might remember as the villain from The Mask. Sadly, he passed away last month, so this is actually his last film. I think this is directed by his son because his son is named Michael Green, so I don't know if that's his son or not. But Clicker here is about a small town musician who pushes to carve out a place for himself as the new wave of Mexican American music after a clip of him performing one of his songs goes viral. That could be interesting there. I saw the preview for this, and they've been like having the poster hanging this up at my deers and stuff. I don't know. It has a little bit of an 8 Mile to it. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of an 8 Mile feel. But anyway. On February 6th, we got Scarlet, which is a new anime from the director Mariah. A medieval princess on a quest to avenge her father's death awakens in a realm between life and death, where she encounters an idealistic young man from the present day who shows her possibility of a future of bitterness and rage. That does look intriguing. Hopefully, it's a good one. On February 13th, we got Goat, which is the new anime film from Sony Animation. They had a great year last year with K-pop Demon Hunters, but at least this one's actually going full on theirs, so that's pretty cool there. Now, of course, this is about a small goat with big dreams who gets a once-in-a-lifetime shot to join the pros and play Raw. And does look pretty interesting, to say the least. Does look charming. Again, Sony Animation has been killing it, from the Spyverse to K-pop Demon Hunters. Sure, this could be their next hit, but we'll see there. March 13th, we got The Breadwinner, which just stars Nate Bargatze, who I think is hilarious. This movie actually looks pretty fun. It's about a super mom who lands a Shark Tank deal, switching roles with her breadwinner husband as he struggles to adapt to a stay-home dad with their 3 daughters. This actually looks hilarious. I mean, of course, you do got Nate Bargatze, who I think is hilarious. Mandy Moore, Camille Nanjiani's in this one. Will Forte. I think it could be a lot of fun. I am hoping it's a good one, but we'll see here. All right, on July 3rd, we got Shiver, which is a new shark movie starring Phoebe Dynevor and John Hanson. Amidst a catastrophic hurricane, a coastal town battles nature's wrath and an onslaught of sharks braving torrential rain, debris, and darkness. It is a shark movie, so I'll give that benefit of the doubt. It is from the same director of Violent Night, so there's that. Hopefully, this could be a good one. It comes out the same week as Shark Week, so perfect. Obviously, the most anticipated movie Sony has out that year, or this year, I should say, is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Come on, you do got obviously Tom Holland coming in. It's supposed to be a street level one. You got obviously Zendaya returning, Sadie Sink coming off the finale of Stranger Things. I am really pumped for this one. I cannot wait to see when the trailer drops. I still predict it's going to be during the Super Bowl, but who knows? All right, on August 21st, something I'm not too excited for because the last movies hasn't been great, is the next Insidious movie, which stars Lin Shaye. I'll support this because Lin Shaye's in it, but can't say I'm too excited for it, but we'll see. Something that I probably wouldn't be excited for at first, but with the director's recent track record, I'm getting pumped for this one. We got Resident Evil coming out on September 18th. This is directed by Zach Krieger, who just put out the hit that was Weapons, and obviously he gave us Barbarian. 2 great horror movies in recent years, so you got him attached to do this. Austin Abrams, who recently was in Weapons, starring. That piques my interest. A lot of stuff to look forward to with this one. I mean, Yeah, Resident Evil hasn't really always been the best, but I actually quite like the original actually. But still, I am have some hopes for this one. All right, on October 9th, we got The Social Reckoning, which is a follow up to The Social Network, starring Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison. And there is supposed to be like a reenactment of the January 6th riots, which I'm really curious to see how that's going to be. Now, I really enjoyed the original Social Network, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the sequel. I am hoping it's a good one, but we'll see here. On November 6th, we got Archangel, which stars Shia Wiggum and Jim Caviezel, where weapons systems engineer and a former Green Beret protects his Wyoming neighbors against a ruthless corruption draining their rural community. That could be interesting. On December 11th, we got Jumanji coming back. The third installment, the third, or I'd say the fourth, if you really count the Robert Williams one, the fourth and final installment of the Jumanji franchise, with Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Karen Gillian, Danny Glover's returning. I have enjoyed the Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart Jumanji movies, so I'm definitely looking forward to see this one. I'm sure it's going to be a big, massive hit. Although the last one came out all the way back in 2019, so hopefully he'll still remember, but we'll see. All right, now other stuff Sony has out this year. I'm still not too sure if this is going to be released this year. They said they could be shooting it pretty soon. Who knows? The sequel to Thanksgiving, which is of course a follow to the Eli Roth horror film. I think this might come out this year, but who knows? We got The Haunting in Wicker Park, which this has been in pipeline for a while. This stars the likes of Aaron Moriarty, who you might know as Starlight from The Boys, and Jamie Campbell Bower, who of course obviously recently played Vecna in Stranger Things. This is actually an interesting story here. A terrifying story of the first televised exorcism on NBC in 1971. Although, didn't we just have that with David DeMaclin? Anyway, the NBC News segment was a success. The Exorcist was not. Instead, it made things worse for the Becker families who lives there much worse. Could be interesting, to say the least. I mean, I do like Bauer. Moriarty's pretty good, so hopefully this could be a good one. Now, on the Sony Classic fronts, Sony Classic always acquires something from Sundance, whatever, so they don't really have like a full schedule there. But as of right now, Sony Classic stuff they have out this year is Pedro Almodovar's new film Bitter Christmas, about a woman who is abandoned by her partner during Christmas Eve. Could be interesting. We also got A Winter's Journey with John Malkovich and Jason Isaacs, where a lovelorn poet is banished from society and undertakes a hazardous walk across mountains, ice, and snow, a journey which will bring either death or life or new life. It is based on like a timeless classic song here, so could be interesting. And there's also the wide release of the Trial with Ray Fiennes. That's getting a little wider this month too. So again, Sony, we got Sundance coming up, a couple of other film festivals. Sony Classic always acquires something up front there, so who knows? But anyway, that's pretty much all the movies Sony has out this year. There's probably gonna be some like Crunchyroll type film or whatever, like Demon Slayer and stuff. But anyway, let me let you guys. What films coming out 2026 from Sony are you interested in? Draw comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Steiner.